What's happening, YouTube? It's Mr. Ferguson here once again. Thank you guys so much for coming back for another video here in central North Carolina. Had to shave the beard a little bit. It was getting so hot around here, and then today we're back into, we may get up to 60 today. That's North Carolina weather through and through. It's maybe some of the northern people that's getting snow have been praying against our warm weather here in North Carolina. Just kidding. But thank you guys for tuning in today. Today we're going to talk about some fertilizer real fast. Just want to mention some products to you to consider. We've not really talked about these a whole lot. We have a little bit recently because of the contest, but I want to talk about DIY fertilizer, supporting small business. Want to mention these things to you. We've used some fertilizer here in my lawn. You can see it behind me. The stripes are just looking amazing. We've got some good products out there that I just want to encourage you to try out if maybe you've never tried it before. And this would be mainly towards people that maybe are tuning into the channel for the first time. So let's talk about springtime. The northern people, as they begin to warm up, us down here further south, we're already warming up. We've applied some fertilizer in my lawn. You may be get ready to do this yourself. Let's talk a little bit about fertilizers. So thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Happy Friday to you. You've made it to the weekend after having Easter weekend last week, so congratulations on that. Didn't have a clue what are we going to talk about today, but my lawn's doing really well. I've got my blades finally that I mentioned. I ordered some new Honda mower blades. They're coming in today. I've got to get my blades sharpened. They're not terrible. They're not shredding the grass, but the lawn is just looking great. We had a big rainstorm yesterday come through and soaked. Miss Ferguson put some fertilizer over by our trees, and we just had a big soaking yesterday. But my lawn is looking absolutely just April. I mean, it's looking fantastic, and you can see better from that angle the stripes. I took my time and did a diagonal mow. I'll probably do that again to kind of burn these sideways stripes into my lawn, but my lawn's looking great. We've showed you that. We've showed you the new grass seed up front where we pulled out some Poa triv. That grass seed is beginning to sprout and come up, and it's doing its thing. So I'm like, now what? I wasn't able to film at the project lawn. There's not a lot going over there, but I will update you guys with this. We sprayed the Ornamic 170 all over the project lawn. What was my reasoning for this? Well, number one, it talks about it could fight against crabgrass. Number two, we know that it fights off and hurts Bermuda grass, which was prevalent in the project lawn. So I sprayed it hoping it might take care of some of the outlier grassy weeds I was seeing, and it didn't do anything. So to report back to you guys, the project lawn looks the same. We know that using the Fusilade ingredient or Ornamic 170 active ingredient, it acts like a growth regulator, right? When we spray it on fescue, it kind of stuns our turf. It takes care of the weeds, and then about a week or two later, it begins to grow back. Well, I'm seeing a little bit of growth back in the project lawn, but really I'm not seeing a lot of damage to weeds. Maybe it did some, and I just haven't noticed it. But all in all, it's just POA and fescue, and I really don't like the way the project lawn looks right now, and it has nothing to do with the products we're using. It's just those initial baby steps, and we got to get to fall. I'm more anxious in getting some biostimulants into the ground over there, getting the Jonathan Green Magic Out Plus back into that again, and working on the pH and getting our way until fall. We're going to do an aeration on the project lawn and make sure we aerate. Then we're going to do a great heavy seeding on the project lawn, and then hopefully we're going to use ethofumicate or the POA Constrictor. We're going to try that product. If we're not able to get velocity, a PM at that point, we will try ethofumicate and try and test that out and really hit the project lawn with another round of overseeding, and hopefully we will be able to thicken that thing up, and it will begin to look better than it does now. It looks very streaky. I thought without aerating, and I didn't mean to make this into a project lawn video, but without aerating, we used Mr. Blake's cousin came and used this basically like a claw on a bobcat or so, and kind of clawed all the dirt to turn the dirt over, right? Well, I'm noticing the streaks of grass where he did that, the roots kind of got down deeper. So I think a real good aeration of that is going to be needed on the project lawn, but we'll get to that later down the road. That's just an update for you. Today, I just briefly on this Friday wanted to talk to you about yard mastery and about fertilizer. we use. Recently, you guys know that participated in the contest, we received, or I received from Alan to show you guys for the contest purposes, Flagship, Stress Blend, and Freedom, the 18-pound bags, the smaller pound bags of fertilizer. And back when I first started this channel, this is exactly the kind of fertilizer I was using. And I like to try new fertilizers. Let me just say this, I was just thinking about it before we started the video. I've never used a fertilizer and said, man, that was a terrible fertilizer, that's a bad product. Never happened. I've used Stay Green from the big box stores. I've used Green Punch. We've used Green Pop, the starter fert, looked pretty good. We've used GCI Turf Liquid. We've used Flagship. We've used Protein. We've used the Anderson's Humic Coated Urea, which I really liked. And so the Flagship is also made up of urea, but it's also half slow release. So I just want to, I've not talked about the Yard Mastery fertilizers in many years because we've been trying other fertilizer products, and that's fine to do that. And so this spring, I just wanted to kind of mention, hey, just because Mr. Ferguson's not using a certain product, the Andersons or Flagship or Protein this time, doesn't mean they're bad. What is the purpose of, what are we trying to accomplish? You know, we're feeding our turf with the more heavier fertilizers in the springtime. Here in North Carolina with the fescue lawn, this plus after, you know, September to October, November, those months, as well as March, April, May, are really the months where I can throw down, or comfortably here in North Carolina, put down a heavier dose, 3/4 of a pound of N into this grass. And so things like Flagship, things like the 2606 Protein that lasts for 90 days, that has been a great product. The Protein, the Flagship, all of these things, the Humic Coated Urea, we've done that. We've melted that down into our backpack sprayer and used that as a spray. We've also spread it as a granular in the lawn. So fertilizers in general are fun to apply at this time. We get that dark green as you see behind me, man. It's just looking stellar. It makes the grass come alive. The grass was looking good. My lawn looked great coming out of winter, but then when we begin to apply a little bit, when I put that Flagship down and it rained it in the next day to show you guys, hey, this is what you can win for the contest, man, I am just always been impressed with Flagship. And I was reading on it, and that's why I wanted to mention Flagship specifically today. I've got Freedom that's also in the shed, and perhaps at the end of April, beginning of May, I may put down the Freedom Fert. It is a smaller app. It's not the 45-pound bag. It's the 18. So you got the 18-pound bag, I believe, covers 6,000 square feet. The 45-pound bag will cover 15,000 square feet. We will put links to Flagship, Stress Blend, Freedom, and Double Dark in the description below. And what I mean by that is, if below the like and the thumbs up and all of that, if you guys hit more where I type a little description, there's links down there that help support the channel, but also you can buy it from here. You can also go on Amazon and say, I don't want to use your stupid links, Mr. Ferguson. I'm going to get it from here or there, wherever, and that's totally fine. I just enjoy promoting good products, and I'm loving the way the Flagship is looking right now. We did apply 5 ounces of the 2000 GCI Turf on top of it, so I've added a little more on top, but I'm not getting crazy growth. That's one of the things I wanted to mention talking about Yard Mastery fertilizers, was Freedom. Freedom is, he's got 2% magnesium, I think he said in there. I was reading up on it. Also, it is spiked with biochar, bionet. I'm going to have to look it up. Bionite. And so basically, what is that? And I don't know if anyone has ever asked that question. What is the Bionite? Well, the Bionite is it's basically like Milorganite. And he got into talking about, let me back up before I explain all of this. Alan has released a update to his Cool Season Lawn Care program. That's the cool thing about buying a lawn care program through LCN. That's where I started. All of this lawn started with a LCN lawn care program. And so every year or every other year when he does an update, you get that update for free. So go on, I think it's lawncarenut.com, or you may have to Google that. It's not on Yard Mastery site. This is by Alan himself. You can buy a lawn care plan and you will get the updates as he updates it. But anyways, going back to what I was talking about, he sent out his updated lawn care plan, and he got into talking about how he is now obviously in the fertilizer business, and in that, a lot of the fertilizer we buy is mostly filler. Half of the bag is filler. Well, one of the fillers that he's added to a DIY type product is the Bionite, which is basically Milorganite, except it doesn't come from Milwaukee like Milorganite. It comes from Florida. The stripes on the protein and the on the flagship, the stripes just seem to pop really well in the sun using these two products. I really love the protein, and I really love the flagship. I've not used the Freedom but one time, so I'm curious. I want to let this current applications of nitrogen kind of fade out, and that should happen, you know, coming up to the 1st of May, and we'll see how it is. I get nitrogen happy when I see the color begin to fade, and I like that forest green color, but I want to show you guys the Freedom color. So we'll have, and then you got Stress Blend, just to hit the other. Stress Blend, obviously many of you have used it. There are some phenomenal pictures of lawns that have used the Yard Mastery Stress Blend in their lawns in the summertime that look phenomenal. It's only a 7020, 7% of that nitrogen, but the iron in it and the other materials in that just make the lawn look amazing, and it's safe to apply in the summertime. Also, you've got Flagship, and you've got Double Dark as well.
It does. It makes your lawn double dark green. Now, normally I start talking about the full analysis here, but the first thing I'm going to point out on Double Dark is 6% iron. This is very high iron to give you very blue-green color. We have chelated iron, water-soluble iron. We do also have a little bit of zinc and some manganese to support growth, and then 16% nitrogen. And that nitrogen's main job, yes, it will give you a little bit of a green color pop, but the main job of the nitrogen is to stimulate just a little bit of growth to take in the iron, and that's what's going to give you that blue-green color that you're looking for.
So you're really getting that deep dark forest green color. It's almost like the Double Dark cocktail of green effect plus microgreen in a granular form. So we'll link those below. If you're interested, I would encourage you to at least try one of these fertilizers, whether the 18-pound bag, try a small area. So this has just been a rambling video about fertilizer. So I hope it's something that's interested you. Let me know what you're stuck on. Like, my thing has been the humic coated urea for a while. I'm getting back into loving that Flagship, man, since I've seen it again, and it's been like 3 years. But what is the fertilizer you're getting into this spring? Have you found a favorite that you're just stuck on? Are you going organic with Milorganite? Are you stuck on a brand? What's something you would encourage me to try out that I've not tried out yet? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure you hit the like, thumbs up on this video. Check out Yard Mastery, check out Protein at GCI. We'll put those links in the description down below if you're willing to support the channel and if you're interested and in the market to buy fertilizer at this time. So God bless you guys. I hope you have a fantastic day. Hope you have a great weekend. Pray that my back don't blow out when I play golf with my dad tonight, and we hope you have a fantastic weekend. God bless you.